皆さんおはようございます。Thank you for joining me. This is the Japanese Easy News article of the day for January 7th, 2026. 2026年1月7日の今日の記事でございます。So for our headline today, we have 強い地震があった鳥取県。水道が止まる町で水を配る。So 強い地震。So strong earthquake. があった。So this is ある in the past tense, existing or had. So had a large earthquake or strong earthquake. 鳥取県. So all of this describes 鳥取県. So 鳥取県 where a large earthquake or a strong earthquake happened. And then 水道が止まる. So 水道 is the water, as in the waterworks or water utilities. And 止まる. Stopped working, ceased. And then machi, so all of this is describing our machi, which is a town. And then we have de, so in that town, in a town where the waterworks or the water stopped. Mizu o kubaru. So mizu, water, and kubaru. And this o saying that's the thing we are going to kubaru. And kubaru is to hand out, to distribute. So, in Tottori Prefecture, where there was a very strong earthquake, they don't say who is doing this, but I believe it's the government. The government is handing out water in towns where they will stop the water, or they'll stop the waterworks. All right, here is our vocabulary from the article. Some of it will be the same as our article from yesterday, similar subject. So we have 強い, which is strong or intense, an E adjective. 地震 is an earthquake. 水道 is waterworks, or water as in water utilities. And we have 配る, which is to hand out or to distribute something. 心配, to worry. Well, 心配する. I should have put する here. This is a pseudo verb. You can also 心配する, to worry or to fear. But without that する, it's just a noun. Worry or fear. And then we have 県, which is a counter for buildings, particularly houses. So whenever they're giving statistics about a number of houses or a number of buildings, they'll use this counter, 県. And we have 給水車, which is a water supply truck or a water wagon. Basically, those trucks that have like the spigots on that back where you can get water. Normally potable, clean water to drink. That's 給水車. And we have 困る, which is to be in trouble or to have difficulty, some kind of difficulty. And we have 気象庁, which is the Japan Meteorological Agency. 避難, which is evacuation. This also can be 避難する, to evacuate. And then 準備, which is preparation.
昨日強い地震があった鳥取県では水道が止まるところがあります。水道にきれいではない水が入る心配があるからです。鳥取県南部町で1000軒ぐらいの家で水道が止まります。このため町は今日の朝から夕方まで給水車という車を出して水を配りました。水をもらった男性は、水がないと困るのですぐに来ましたと話しました。南部町では明日も水を配る予定です。気象庁は1週間ぐらいはまた強い地震があるかもしれません。避難などの準備をしてくださいと言っています。
Okay, let's jump right into our article here.
昨日 強い地震があった鳥取県では、水道が止まるところがあります。
Okay, so 6日に or in the audio she says 昨日 so yesterday or on the 6th day, the 6th of the month 強い地震があった so 強い地震 is a strong earthquake and then があった is where it existed and that's all modifying 鳥取県 so 鳥取県which had a very strong earthquake on the 6th. And then dewa is in, so in Totoriken, which had a strong earthquake on the 6th. 水道が止まるところがあります。So 水道が is the waterworks が止まる which is to stop or to cease. ところ is a location. And then があります。So such locations exist. And what kind of locations? Locations where the waterworks will stop or will cease. So.
水道にきれいではない水が入る心配があるからです。
水道に So once again, 水道 and waterworks or the city water, the utility water. 水道に This is to or into. きれいではない So remember, ではない is the same as じゃない So it's the negative of です or だ So not clean in this context. きれい is not pretty but clean. So not clean and then this is modifying water. So 水 So 水道にきれいではない水が入る So 入る is to enter or to get into. So 水道にきれいではない水が入る Water that is not clean will enter into the waterworks. And then 心配がある So 心配 is a worry or a fear. So there is fear or there is worry that unclean water or dirty water will get into the waterworks. And then this kara, believe it or not, so when we add this kara at the end of our phrase here, this is a because. This is actually linking back to the previous sentence. So it's telling us why these places will not have running water. Because they are worried that filthy water or unclean water will get into the water system. And then this karades is just giving us that because, right? So this is not the fact that the water broke and it's completely broken, but they're worried that there might be some leaks or some, or the opposite of a leak, where filthy water is getting into the system rather than the system leaking out. So they're stopping it because there's a worry that that filthy water might get into the water system.
鳥取県南部町で1000軒ぐらいの家で水道が止まります。
Okay, so 鳥取県南部町で So 鳥取県 Tottori Prefecture 南部町 Nanbu Cho or city or town. Cho is kind of like a smaller section, probably Nanbu town or village. So in Nanbu town in Tottori Prefecture, 1000軒ぐらい. So once again, we're running into ken here. From our vocabulary, this is a counter for houses or buildings. So around 1,000 buildings. But this is connected to no ie here. So when we connect our counter to our object here, we use no. So 1000軒ぐらいのie. So this is around 1,000 houses. De, so in around 1,000 houses, 水道が止まります. So the water, or the running water, will stop or cease. 止まります.
このため町は今日の朝から夕方まで給水車という車を出して水を配りました。
このため So このため is more formal way of saying like therefore. So therefore, 町は so the town of Nambu, going back to Nambucho. So the town は7日の朝から夕方まで. So 朝 here is morning, and then this kara is from. 夕方 is evening, and then we have まで. So kara and made very often come together. So from the morning to the evening on the 7th, which I believe is 今日. So 7日の朝から夕方まで. From the morning to evening on the 7th. 給水車. So 給水車, if you know the kanji here, this is very easy. A supply water vehicle or car. So this is a water supply truck. It has the spigots on the back where you can kind of get clean water. So they provide it to the people. So 給水車という車. So this という is a called, and this is all modifying our car here. So a car that is called a 給水車. Or the kuruma can also be just like a vehicle. I assume it's more like a truck. You can still call it a kuruma though. So a vehicle called a water supply vehicle, or like a water wagon. を出して. So this is the verb 出す in the te form. 出す can also be used when you send something out, or dispatch. I would say maybe dispatch here. So the town will dispatch these cars. And then that te form tells us something else is happening. So 水を配りました. Okay, and this is all in the past tense. So 水 is water, and 配る to hand out or to provide, right? So therefore, because this water will be stopped for about 1,000 houses, the town, starting on the morning of the 7th until the evening of the 7th, they dispatched these cars called water supply cars, or like water wagons, and handed out water, or supplied people with water.
水をもらった男性は、水がないと困るのですぐに来ましたと話しました。
水をもらった男性. So all of this is modifying 男性, 男性 being a man. And then this man did what? He もらう, so the past tense of もらう, received water. So a man who received water, は, then we have a quote. And the quote is 水がないと. So 水がない. ない is the negative of ある. So when water doesn't exist, or I don't have water, and this と is an if or a then. Here it's kind of like if I didn't have water. So if I didn't have water, 困る. So this 困る, be in big trouble or would have a hard time. ので. So because if I didn't have water, I would be having a hard time. I'd be in big trouble. すぐに来ました. So すぐに is to do something, or you can put this in front of a verb to mean to do something right away, or something happened right away. So here すぐに来ました. We have 来る in past tense here. 来ました. So I came right away. So because if I were to run out of water, I would be in big trouble. I came right away. And then that ends our quote, and we say と話しました. So the man said. This man who received water said, if I didn't have water, I would be in big trouble. So I came right away. This is coming to those water trucks.
南部町では明日も水を配る予定です。
Okay, 南部町では. So once again, in the town of Nambu, 8日も or 明日も. So tomorrow or the 8th. Also, 水を配る, hand out water or supply water, 予定です. So if you have something connected to 予定, 予定 is plans. So in the town of Nambu, they also have plans. And then when we connect something to that, it tells what kind of plans we have. So plans to also distribute water on the 8th or tomorrow.
気象庁は1週間ぐらいはまた強い地震があるかもしれません。
Okay, so this is a quote that has two sentences, but we'll take our break here. So, 気象庁は and then, yeah, we know they're going to be saying this, so we can just say と言っています. Okay, they're saying this. Comes from the verb you. Okay, and then what are they saying? They're saying 1週間ぐらい. So 1週間ぐらい, around a period of 1 week. And that is our topic here. 1週間ぐらいはまた強い地震がある. So また yet again. 強い地震 is a strong earthquake. がある exist or will be かもしれません. So かもしれません, if we add this on to the end of a sentence, that means there's a chance or maybe, might. So for the next week, or around the next week, there might be even more strong earthquakes.
避難などの準備をしてくださいと言っています。
Okay, so 避難などの準備. So 避難 is evacuation, getting ready to evacuate. など, oh, right, that's 準備. So 避難 is just evacuation. など is things like, and we can often connect this to another noun using no. So here we have などの準備. So 準備 is preparations. Then we have our verb する here, to do in the て form. So 準備をする to make preparations. And then what kind of preparations are we making? That is described in what comes before. So 避難などの準備. Preparations for evacuating and the like. をしてください. So then we have する in the て form followed by ください. If we have a verb in the て form followed by ください, that's a very polite request, right? Please make preparations for evacuation and the like. と言っています is what they are saying. So, okay. All right, that is it for our article day. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully things seems like as for now, Japan has things under control, but hopefully things don't get worse. The earthquakes that continue to happen are not as bad and things get better. But like I said, thank you so much for being here, and I will plan on seeing you tomorrow. If it's your first time here and you like these videos, please like and subscribe and hit that bell so you know every weekday when we upload these videos, and I will plan on seeing you tomorrow. また明日.